I'm the big man, Attorney Joey Franks, Big Man Law here in Jackson, Mississippi. And today we got a little bit of an unusual setup in that not only do we catch the initial appearance, but we got a follow-up hearing. There's a lot in here, and we even get the feds involved. So take a look, and I'll be back.
Are you John Wadley?
Oh, yes, sir.
This is Judge Middleton. We've met, but I needed to talk to you this morning. Mr. Keith Stickley, the Chief Public Defender, is here, and also Mr. Josh Robert, the Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney, is here as well. You got arrested last night for failing to appear for a probation violation arraignment. Where did you get arrested?
Oh, my mom's.
In Michigan Avenue?
Yes, sir.
They came specifically to get you?
He pulled up. I was working on my wife's car, and I pulled out, and then I turned around right by him. He was parked on the side of the road. I turned around right there and pulled back in, and I showed him the oil where it was leaking, and I was trying to fix the car. I was going to appear. I tried to get a hold of Miss Davis about my kids. I just found out I had two kids, and one's racist, and the other one is mixed, and I got caught in between the two of them.
All right. Well, Mr. Bush was your lawyer on this, and your probation officer was Autumn. So let's talk about this. You've been off the radar. You've had a rough couple of years. If we go way back.
Sorry, I didn't even know I had.
Resisting and obstructing and domestic assault. 2020, assault with a dangerous weapon, 3 counts, and resisting, obstructing. And then this count started. Hold it. Started as assault with intent to do great bodily harm, domestic violence, second offense, 3 counts. You entered a plea to domestic violence, second. 2 counts, and I put you on probation. I gave you 62 days and deferred 60 back to last May. And then you went off the grid. So I did a bench warrant for you last October. I haven't seen you since. Let me talk about the actual petition. You were struggling with methamphetamine. You were connected to CMH. And then we just lost track of you. The allegation is that you failed to abstain from the use of drugs and alcohol, and then failed to appear for your probation violation in October. I have 60 days of jail hanging over your head, which is likely to be imposed with your issues. I don't know where you've been. You've been just hanging around waiting to get arrested, I guess. But at least the good news is you won't have to look over your shoulder for a warrant anymore. I'm going to show a plea of not guilty. You have a history of assaultive behavior, and you didn't show up, and you just been under the radar.
And that rage baiting, they set me up for that domestic. That was wrong. I got a detective on this that's working on this from the FBI. I'm serious. I'm not playing with this no more. I didn't even know I had kids. These guys are really wrong doing this to me.
Well, you did this to yourself. You just quit showing up. You quit going to your treatment. You quit reporting to your probation officer, and you just got arrested. So, like I said, we're going to resolve this. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm still doing my treatment. I didn't know I had kids, Your Honor. I know that's no excuse. I should have still came in. I had no clue.
Didn't know you had kids.
Yeah, I got kids. I had no clue I had. They got into a fight. I tried to break it up. I got one kid that's racist, and I got one kid that's mixed. I didn't even know I had.
All right, well, that's no reason to not show up for 8 months, so we'll get it back on track. Your bond's canceled. You're gonna sit there until we resolve this. Mr. Bush or another attorney will be represented to you. I'll let Autumn know you got picked up. Sounds like you're having either some mental health issues or a meth crash or both. So
I got my toes rotten. My toes rotting. I need to get my toe looked at. I gotta get to a hospital. The woman said it looked like gangrene. You can see the bone. It's bad.
all right, we'll have the jail nurse take a look at that. We'll get at this sooner rather than later because I'm gonna be leaving on vacation and I don't want to make you wait for several weeks. So it'll probably be sometime next week. All right, sir.
1 week later.
All right, this is Jonathan Franklin Wadley. Mr. Wadley, your parents are here and they've been waiting patiently. This was set for a probation violation hearing today. The file number is 24120FY. You were charged originally with assault with intent to commit great bodily harm by strangulation. The matter was reduced down to a domestic violence first offense and you were placed on probation. Your probation officer was Autumn Kiefer and she is here today. And she has filed a petition alleging that you violated your probation. In your case, you're in jail. You've been AWOL since last September. You just happened to get picked up last week. They came to your house. And as of now, 9 days of jail credit.
They consider it 10, Your Honor.
What?
They're considering it 10. I looked
All right.
before I came up.
10 days of credit. Here's our options. If you admit that you failed to report and fell off the map, I'm going to revoke your probation and give you 62 days credit, 52 days. And I'll be off your back when you get out of jail. If you wish to have a hearing, Ms. Kiefer can testify that she hasn't heard from you since last September till you got arrested. Mr. Stickley could represent you at that hearing. So what would you like to do here this afternoon?
I could talk with the attorney.
All right, could you take him out to the, could you guys open the Zoom room? I know it's a security issue to take him out in the hall, but I think we'll be all right. Mr. Stickley was unable to actually be here. All right, we're going to take you into the Zoom room and you can talk privately with Mr. Stickley. And that's probably the wisest choice.
Keith, were you done talking to him privately or do you need to?
I am, yeah. I don't know what else I can offer at this point.
All right, why don't you bring him back in the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Wadley, we're kind of back where we were. The allegation originally was that you failed to test, but probably the more straightforward allegation is you failed to report to your probation officer for the last 10 months or so till you got arrested. I told you what I was going to do if you entered a plea to the charge, and what we could do if you didn't wish to do that. So what's your preference here?
I don't understand here. I'm not getting.
Your Honor, if I could,
All right,
Your
so,
Honor, if I could interject, Your Honor. Your Honor,
Yes.
I tried to very clearly and concisely explain what his options were. And I don't know what detail of appropriateness it would be to go in, but I'm not sure he's understanding what I'm saying, or he's not
All right,
willing
well-
to communicate rationally as far as
All right, well-
the procedure and what's happening.
well, let's see where we are here.
Okay.
Mr. Wadley, you don't have much of a defense. I
actually got a bigger defense than
all right, well, you quit showing up. We haven't seen you in 10 months.
I know, I'm aware of that. I
And-
meant no disrespect. I'm working with, like I said, a federal detective over this. I was rage baited and drugged. Like I had an ex call the hospital and have me locked in a psychiatric ward.
And I
And
knew you
so-
were in a psychiatric hospital for
Okay,
a
now,
while.
my mother-in-law passed away. Now, my ex called the hospital and said that my mother-in-law feared for her safety. Now, my mother-in-law was deceased. I didn't even get to be with my wife while she went through that because of an ex locking me in the psychiatric hospital.
Now, you were in the psychiatric hospital from when to when?
I can't remember the dates.
Yeah, it was last fall.
And I'm not sure what the dates were, but I know that this has all been a series of stages to just like screw me out of my life over an ex. They've had a whole community come after me and blackmail me. I've submitted several reports to the state police that have done nothing to do an investigation.
Where was all
Like,
this?
This all happened between Branch County from the time I got arrested and the time that I got released. And this has been going on.
All right,
And
so
I can't get
as
any
of
kind of,
last
and-
June, but when you got arrested here, June 30th,
and I've got several
all right,
letters that.
you
when I
said
was
they
in-
came to your mother's house,
You know,
and arrested you on this warrant.
Yeah.
Okay,
like it's not anybody's real fault, but I've been trying to work with the police and they won't even file any kind of claims.
Now,
They
I
won't do
don't-
investigations.
there's been an open warrant for your arrest since last October.
So,
Any police officer that would have communicated with
That's
you
right.
between then and now probably should have taken you into custody.
okay, now I have several emails where I've sent to the state police with my address, with me. I've called and
All right.
made reports and they've done nothing to investigate this. Like,
Well, okay, I don't know about that. If you wish to have a hearing, I guess we can set it when Mr. Bush gets back, but I'm not gonna let you out. You went off the grid for months.
even though
And it's a
tether-
serious assaultive offense that was reduced to a 93-day misdemeanor.
Okay.
I gave you 2 days and let you out, and you repaid me by poking me in the eye with a sharp stick.
So I'll plead
I'm
guilty.
offering to just give you the time served, a time originally ordered, rather than any additional sanction. The only allegation that you would have to admit to was that you failed to report from last October until.
I'll take guilty.
All right, well, let me ask this. Did I threaten you into doing this?
No, just no officer will do their job. So
All right,
yes.
now, I can't speak to that. Your mother said when you were in the break room, said he doesn't do probation very
I
well.
completed 2 years felony probation, no violations. I completed 2 years parole, no violations. I
All right.
can't do nothing about my kids and everybody drugging me and locking
Well,
me away, dude.
And you told me that
Excuse me,
you,
sir.
you're all right, there's Kleenexes there, that you recently found out you had kids. And you
Yeah.
didn't know that you didn't have any
My
children.
biological kids, I didn't know. have
And that
stepkids.
certainly would be upsetting. But none of that stuff, it certainly is concerning, is a defense to the fact that you just quit showing up for probation.
I feel like it was all stacked against me. I feel like this courtroom is like I'm being sold.
Well, I'm willing to give you a hearing, but as I said, it isn't going to be very hard to establish the facts. Now, I didn't know how much was methamphetamine and how much was mental illness, and where one line starts and the other one stops.
I need witness protection after this.
Um,
That's what's gonna happen.
all right,
But I'll plead guilty. I'll take the 60 days.
all
Get
right,
this
Keith,
over with.
I'm reluctant to go down the competency evaluation path. All right, Mr. Wadley, let me make sure we're on the same wavelength. Did you understand what I'm going to do if you acknowledge you failed to report to your probation officer?
I do, Your Honor.
I'm gonna revoke your probation. I'm gonna suspend all the fines and costs you owe. When you get out of jail, I'm gonna be off your back. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? You have a right to have a hearing on this if you wish, where we could take testimony, which case I could give you up to 93 days in jail. And do you acknowledge that you failed to report to your probation officer
Shouldn't even be done.
from October till you got arrested on June 30th? Do you admit that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. John, have you when's the last time you were connected with Pivotal or anybody from Community Mental Health?
I quit doing that since they were trying to take a power of attorney and take off with my life.
I'm gonna ask Pivotal to come see you at the jail. You need some mental health help
It's not
here.
mental health, it's people causing the mental health.
All right, well, stress can cause it.
Well, the feds will straighten us out when I get done with this.
All right, very good. I'm gonna order 62 days credit, 52 days, leaving 50 days to serve.
No, Your Honor, that's not right. 60
credit.
days credit. 10,
Credit 12.
okay, not 52.
Yeah, that's backwards. Leaving 50 days to serve. He had 2 up front and the 10 that he just did. I had it exactly backwards. 62 days credit 12, leaving 50 days to serve. And your probation is revoked. The remainder of your fine and costs are just waived. And you don't have to talk to him, but I'm gonna ask CMH liaison or pivotal liaison to check in with you. All right, Mr. Wadley, as I said, I'm off your back. I don't wish you any ill.
And I'm sorry that you guys got drugged through this. I got politically assaulted and I know it's not your guys' fault.
All right, you're good to go and good luck.
Thank you.
This, in his mind, he thinks he has 3 wives, 9 kids.
Actually.
Yes,
He actually believes this.
yes, he's got some.
He's really got some mental problems.
He
that need to
does.
be addressed.
It's not.
I think he understands what just happened, but he's got some delusional thinking, and I'm gonna ask Community Mental Health to go talk to him.
So you've had a chance to see this video. This guy's off his rocker a little bit, and apparently he's had multiple wives, or at least thinks he does, and has a lot going on, and they have trouble figuring out whether or not he's able to understand. And that happens a lot more, especially in the realm of public defender work as opposed to private practice. Simply because those are the people that tend to fall through the cracks, unfortunately, in society, like this guy. And he's done a couple things that are just the worst things that you can do, such as when you're on parole or probation, or even just out on a bond, not checking in with your bondsman. It's a big problem. Not checking in with your parole officer, it's a problem. Don't fall off their radar. Even if you can't afford the payments, you call them up and say the water pump went out on my truck. Here's the receipt from AutoZone. And 9 out of 10 people are very understanding, and judges are very understanding. Keep in mind, it costs money to lock somebody up. It doesn't cost nearly as much to let them go out and just monitor them. So they have no desire to really lock you back up, but this guy's kind of forcing the hands here. So he has the initial appearance, and the judge tells him, you're going to sit until we figure this out. And he comes back and he has the actual hearing. And I'm going to back up just a little bit on that first one. I thought it was really funny. The guy, when he figured out he wasn't getting out, said, well, I got gangrene in my toe. That was a first for me. I've heard a lot of people break out something like that. But I thought right after that he was going to come up with some leprosy or something like that. So I didn't see that coming. But then we get over to the real hearing, and Judge Middleton is compassionate and is understanding, as he always is. This man, he's got a patience that Job might have been taking notes on him, because the defendant keeps interrupting him and goes off on these tangents. He's out in left field. So Judge Middleton handles it really well, as he always does, and he really guides him through it. I think Middleton does a fair job. What do you think about it? Did Middleton do a fair job again? What bothered you about this? Let us know in the comments. And if you're still here, you got to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Big Man Law. Y'all be safe.